Problems extension. Here is where you've got multiple or combination rates. So 3 water hoses are being used to fill quite a large wading pool. The first hose on its own would take 20 hours to fill the pool. The second hose on its own would take 12 hours. The third hose on its own would take 5 hours. If we used all 3 from separate taps, how long would it take to fill the pool? Now this one, when you look at it, it's a little bit tricky, and your aim for combination rates is to find the lowest common multiple of your different rates. So 20 hours to fill, 12 hours to fill, and 5 hours to fill. What's the lowest common multiple of these numbers, which would mean we'd get a whole number of pools filled if they were all running? So 5 goes into 20, for example. So if we just looked at these two, if this one's running for 20 hours, that fills 1 pool. In that same time, this one running for 20 hours would fill 4 pools, so we could say, well, these two together in 20 hours would fill 5 pools. However, we've also got this one in there, and this doesn't go into 20 hours. So your aim would be to find out what's the lowest common multiple of these. And we'll have a lowest common multiple of 60 hours. Work out how many pools each one would fill in that 6 hours, because then you can have a rate of pools filled per hour of the combination of all 3. So in 60 hours, hose 1 fills how many pools? 20 hours for 1 pool, 3 pools. Hose 2 fills, okay, so 12 hours, that's into 60, means 5 pools. Hose 3 fills 5 hours, well, that goes in 12 times, 12 pools. You could work out hours per, or how much it fills per hour in fractions, but then the fractions get a little bit tricky. So this way, in 60 hours, you've got a number of pools that have been filled. So in 60 hours to fill how many pools? 20 pools. Then you can work out how many hours per pool, and we only want to know how long it takes to fill the pool. So to get this down to 1 pool, divide by 20 on both sides, and that means 3 hours to fill 1 pool. So the steps with the combination rates can be a little bit tricky, but find the lowest common multiple of your rates so that everything can be going for the same amount of time, and you can work out all together what's happening in that time. Then you've got a rate that you can simplify.